Greetings, grasshoppers, and welcome. Today is an important and special day because they all are important and special. Hey, you're here, so it's got to be important and special. Today, we're going to review a different kind of bot that is kind of blowing up the scene out there. And I'm going to do like a little unboxing right here on this episode because you know what? Because I think it's cool. And I think it's worth your attention. It is an interesting little addition out there. Now, first, I'm going to tell you where I found this thing and why that is important. So if you will, I want you to take just a little bit of a journey with me. And that journey is going to be into a couple little products. Oh boy, now my little things are going right across my face. I didn't think of that. Anyway, here we are. I want you to take a look at something here. It's called AppSumo. I get an awful lot of software through AppSumo. I do. I love it because it's almost always a lifetime deal, and I am a lifetime deal girl. So right down here, I check every single day for new software. I'm a nerd. Hey, let's just embrace it, shall we? And this SilFer Bots came up the other day. Now, it is a freebie, and it is a freebie for 1 year. Not usually what AppSumo does, and this is just all at appsumo.com. You can read it up there in my top line. It's not usually what happens. Usually it's a lifetime deal for a low price, but this one they're just offering for a year at their pro basically subscription at a year for free. Now, and then after that, the subscriptions will all be, whatever you choose will all be 30% off. Right now, I believe that if you just signed up for an actual subscription, it's about $10 a month. So you'll be getting your bots for about $7. Also, something I noticed with these SilFer Bots, a thing is that, on ManyChat, the pricing runs for every different page you connect. That's another $10 in ManyChat's pocket every time. This one, you can connect unlimited pages. For those of you who have 3 or 4 bots connected to 3 or 4 pages, and I know you're out there, holy moly, this is nice. It's nice to have that little savings in there, my friends. Anyway, so this is where I got this piece of software, and here's my process. I always check out. I mean, if I'm interested in the product, I check out, what they have to say about it. There's usually a little TLDR up here, a little video, some facts and stuff down here. But what I am really looking for, my friends, I'm looking for the reviews. I want to know. I want to know because they have not only reviews at the top here in AppSumo, they have questions. Boom. And the developers come on and answer those questions. Because I don't know if you're like me. I read about software and I get excited. All right, it's a problem. A software makes me excited, but I don't always think about the holes in the plan before I buy something. With this, with the AppSumo here, and I'm pointing right above my head because I realize for some reason my cursor is not showing. Right above my head, there's a section of questions. These questions will help a whole lot for me to spot, like maybe there's a shortcoming of this software that I haven't seen yet. So keep this in mind. Keep this in mind. These are trustable people people I've bought many things from. And if you buy something and you don't like it, you've got 90 days to return it, and it's an instant return on your money. Instant, no questions asked. So just saying, good stuff. So back to the beginning here. So I decided to check out SilFer Bots specifically because we've got 11 5-taco reviews. These people are really into tacos, okay? And the questions, I read through the questions. It seems like this is kind of maybe a contender. So what I did was I of course signed up for I signed up. There's a little process that you have to follow in AppSumo. It just basically, you got to redeem it with a code and all that kind of stuff. You guys are familiar with that, so I'm not going to explain it to you. But I went ahead and signed up. Now, here we're seeing, go sit on the right side. Oh, Teresa says go sit on the right side. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do the thing that you asked me to do. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to figure out if this is mirrored. Okay, it's not. Okay, that's fine. So I'm sitting on the right side, Teresa. I hope that helps. So moving on. Here we are in the dashboard of SilFer Bot. Now, I will say this about the sign-up process, because these things are important, right? I sign people up for chat accounts freaking every day, okay? Every day. And if the sign-up process is convoluted, that sucks. That sucks for everyone. And ManyChat's sign-up process, it has improved. It used to put a bot on your site without your knowledge, and like start running it. Like I have had people call me up and go, I started with ManyChat. Why is it that I didn't publish anything, but there's something running out there? They used to do that. They don't do that anymore. Woohoo! But the sign-up process with ManyChat is still a little, and I'm going to do a direct head-to-head comparison with ManyChat here because that's the most apples to apples I can get. So here we are, and head-to-head with ManyChat, the sign-up process there is still convoluted in ManyChat because it will ask you a bunch of marketing questions before you get to the product. Listen to me, please. If you ever decide to design some software, please, please, please consider that sign-up process. Consider the fact that if people have signed up for your software, they want to get in as soon as possible and figure out if it's for them or not. As soon as possible. Seconds count. And when you've got a convoluted process that all of a sudden they're asking you how many are in your company and what do you do for a living, and there's a huge list there that you've got to sort through and all of that. Listen, those are marketing questions. Those are market research questions. You can ask those at any time. Do not ask them before they get into your software. It's annoying. It's just annoying for everyone. So these folks dump you right in. Boop. Now, so let's take a look at the screen. I signed up this morning. I am not even subscribed. So you will see no one in here. And I did that specifically because I wanted to kind of discover it and give you my raw reaction as I went. Also, it's just a little bit simpler to look at without a bunch of data in here. Anyway, so we're looking here. We know we've got a menu over here. Anytime you've got that 3 stacked horizontal lines, you've got a menu. But we've got Hi RJ, find things faster here with the search bar, liking that. We've got get started now with a free template. That's kind of cool that that's available. Now, can I click on this anywhere? You're not seeing my mouse. Oh, I can click on this. When I do, boom, it takes me right to templates. Interesting. Okay, so we've got templates that are kind of like, we're going to say, a lot of them are based on profession, basically. Here's a bot for a food truck. Here's a bot for a gym. So that's interesting. We do have a couple of bots here that are, little modular things that you could add to a bot. You could add to a quiz to a bot and a number game. So interesting. Also, just want to cover, there's a lot of e-commerce bots that are in different languages. So that's kind of cool. Always like it when they cover languages other than English. We can also, it looks like we can look at flows in here, and flows are the ones that you can add into a bot to make it more functional. Those are the kind of little modular pieces that you can add in. So, greet based on hour of the day, probably that makes your bot say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm just guessing there because I haven't been through that. But there's a lot of things here that can be used, just as plug-in basically to your bots. But anyway, so that's what happens when you click this get started now with a free template. That's kind of cool. If you have never built a bot before, that might be a great place to start, because then you can just pick something and start messing with it. You know me, I like to mess with things. Anyway, let me get some questions here. Do you have to have a Facebook page to connect it to? Yeah, you do. Here is a thing about this one that is the same with ManyChat. This is only connected through Messenger. You cannot take one of these bots and put it outside of Messenger yet. Don't know if that's in their plans. It might be, but this is not yet. This is something that is married to Messenger, just like ManyChat is. Okay. Okay, keep those questions coming, folks, because I'll answer whatever you've got. Now, we've got get started with the free template. We covered it. Users, yeah, you're not seeing anything, my friends. Let's see, total users, earnings. We've got messages. This is an interesting thing. You've got this over on the side, this view full report. Over here on the right side, view full report is, and that's kind of cool. Because you can basically you can dive into something that is, here's your overview, and you can dive in if you want to. Also here, we've got, kind of some different things. We notice that this bot has AI in it. AI, I haven't tested it out yet, but AI for free for a year. Okay. If it's good, then that's a heck of a deal, kids. It's a heck of a deal. And again, they don't have any affiliates or anything. I'm not being paid to say any of this. I just wanted to review it to help you see some additional stuff that's out there. Okay. These things will also apparently let you send email and let you send SMS. Cool and good. Love that stuff. Love that you can get full reports too. New users by sources, straight up new users. So this is interesting. There's a lot that's on here that may be cool and interesting. Total sessions via ref parameter. Ref parameter is when if you are familiar with ManyChat, that's when you've got a flow and you've got a growth tool connected to it. Their growth tool is called ref URL. These folks call it ref parameter. It's just a link, folks. It's a link inside your bot. That's all it is. But it's kind of sometimes nice to know because the grand majority of my links inside ManyChat are URLs. They are these ref URLs. So being able to look at that and being able to switch out, okay, which campaigns are doing what. This is kind of nice down here too. So a lot of them have the full view, full report in the upper right hand side. I always love to see that. Great stuff. Now, here we are. We can either dive into the menu or we can find things faster here. So let's do something. Okay. Let's take a look at the menu and let's try to find something on the menu just to see if it'll lead us to the exact place that we need to be or give us, a whole line of whatevers. So let's try to find our flows from this search bar. I just typed in find my flows, and what it's come up with is I can tap and get to flows. Fantastic. Let's try sequences. Sequences are when you are doing a 5-day challenge. You've got day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4 set to go. That's sequences. So if I go tap on this, okay, this is pretty nice. I'm giving this one definitely some points so far for this search bar being pretty cool. Okay, let's see if we can find the AI from here. I'm just going to type in AI. Okay. So note this, when you type in something and nothing appears after it, then it doesn't have any place to send you, basically. I've been hitting enter for a couple of clicks here. Nothing's happening. So let's try artificial intelligence. And yes, I do look at my fingers while I type. Okay, and this time it's just going to say your search returned no results. I'm wondering if when I did 2 letters, if it just decided, okay, very good. So yeah, it's not. So that one's a little funky, but basically what I'm really liking about that is that you don't have to memorize where things are right here. You don't have to memorize, a complete, little whole thing, a path to make things happen. That is sometimes difficult. I know that for me, we handle a lot of accounts. We handle a lot. And boy, that gets convoluted sometimes. So when I can go straight to something without having to click here, click there, click there, click up here now. When I can avoid that as a person who produces a lot of bots, that's wonderful. And I love it. Okay. So you can, in essence here, you can find a lot of the major parts of your bot just by typing in to that search bar right at the top of your screen. So let's go through the menu here and just take a look at what it's got. Dashboard, we looked at that. E-commerce. Hey, if you've got products and services, why not? You can, right through here, do e-commerce right through your bot. Let's take a look. Whoops, sorry. Boop. Okay. So basically on this, you add, you can add products, and then what they're talking about is stuff. I think it's less services and much more products. And sometimes people have their products in a spreadsheet, which is nice. Sometimes people are, they've already got a bunch of stuff listed in Shopify or WooCommerce. So these, if you've already got that stuff set up, you can connect to those and just have them automatically in your bot. Whoa! That's pretty cool stuff. Also, import products, you can do that if you have a spreadsheet somewhere, or you can just add them one by one, it looks like, through add product. We've got settings. This is where you've got a bunch of stuff that you can do here. This is what I love to see, people. Abandoned cart messages. They're fabulous. If you sell things online, if you sell products online, abandoned cart messages are fabulous. Because if people go and look at a thing and then put it in their cart, but then leave it alone, you can get 30% of those people to, you know what I mean? With sending them a message, saying, hey, you left something, 30% of those people will go, oh, I left something, and they will buy the stuff, whatever it is. Love it. Okay. This is something that if you're a product person, you got to have this. Okay. Gosh, image sizes. Boy, this is great. This is a large amount of settings. Oh gosh, there's a lot to set up here. Now, I will say that as I was reading around the internet about this particular product, this SilFer Bot, I read that a lot of people are loving this shopping cart inside the messenger bot. In fact, I read that it's a pretty popular option in SilFer Bot because it allows you see, it's got all of these settings that you can set, all of these things that you can do to make something very fast and easy shopping experience for your people. Yes. Gonna go full on yes on that, okay? Because I love it. Anyway, so lots of things to go through here, but it looks like it's absolutely worth it. A lot of shipping companies, delivery costs, setting cost per location. I know that that's a thing. Even if you're sending paper overseas, it's more expensive, and you want to be able to not take that cost if you can. Checkout, minimum order value. Wow, all these things. Require buyer name and email address. Yes. Also, snag that phone number when you can. Because then people really like SMS, especially if you're updating them on shipping and things like that. So there's a lot of options there on just on the products and the checkout. Vendors. And I'm not sure, obviously if you've got other people providing things that you're selling, you'll want to fill out that section. Categories, you can give coupons, and then of course check your orders, which of course I don't have because I only set up this morning. Also, I'm not a product, I'm a service. So, I might be able to add some classes and things in there. But if I wanted to. Anyway, moving on. Let's go through these real quick. Audience, of course, this is where your audience will lie, and this is where you can kind of get some more information on people and, like when they were last here, all of that. And here's something very similar to ManyChat. If you hit this, you can search for one human being, or you can search for everybody who has, wow, just looking for something. Last seen. This is really cool stuff. Guest user, email, SMS. You can, send a message to everybody with an SMS. Sorry. You can send to people with a certain tag, which we do a lot. You can say, okay, everybody who does not have this tag, let's send a message to them. Really great stuff there. And of course, bulk action. If you need to tag a bunch of users with something, gosh, this is stuff that we use all of the time. Create custom audience. Ooh, pretty cool. Very good. Import users. Now, you can import your users from ManyChat if you want to. Not a bad idea. Now, if others, all you have to have basically is this PSID. PSID is something that is unique to Facebook, and they give us all a, I don't know, randomly generated number. That's the PSID. And you're going to need that. You're going to need that information. So you can import directly from ManyChat, or you can, get a spreadsheet with people's PSID on it. And they don't allow you to, ManyChat, basically that's kind of how Facebook identifies us on the back end, because there might be a lot of people named RJ Redden. So I like that you can import directly from ManyChat or do a spreadsheet. I think that is super cool, because I have a lot of people in ManyChat who might want to flip over to this. Flows. Flows, as we chatted about before, are exactly where you will find a lot of your one-time messages and a lot of your little building blocks for messages. So if I've got a little, a little something like a greeting that I like to use over and over again in my bot, I'll find it in flows, and then I can just sort of add it to the main run. Nice to do building blocks and make them interchangeable. Makes the build process really super easy. But one thing that you might want to just kind of take a look at is the fact that they've got a couple of things in here already for you. So here's the default reply. You can see I kind of got it in here earlier. This orange dot, by the way, is the same meaning that it has in ManyChat. It means there's something there's an edit here that has not been applied, basically. So get into these three dots, get into edit, and you'll see this screen. Let me close up on something here so that we can see it. This screen is very much like the screen that we have in ManyChat. Very much like it. So a couple things are a little bit different, but I like that you can put notes right on the canvas. Gosh, I love that, because when I'm sending people a flow or something, especially if they're doing this stuff for the first time, having something right on the canvas for them is really helpful. Okay, so basically looks a lot like your ManyChat right here. Also, let's just see over here, over the big plus sign, which is international symbol for add me. Here we go. You can do many of these things here. This looks a little bit different. Excuse me. This is a little bit different in that in ManyChat and in a lot of building programs, you've got kind of an editing canvas right over here on the right. Let me squinch up here. So you'll have an editing canvas over on the right where you can't see my cursor, my mouse, but and you kind of have all of your choices and your building blocks down there. Looks like they're not doing that in this particular program. What they're doing is they're just going to give you a big plus sign, and you can just kind of start from there. What's this, darlings? Landing page. Do they do chatbot landing pages? Okay. Thanks so much. Let's do that again. Not sure that I got that. So I hit landing page, nothing came up. And let's see. I'm not exactly sure. Not exactly sure what happened there. Um, so that's kind of a downside. Sometimes when you're exploring like this, it absolutely pays to go ahead and let's see. There is no hold, please. Okay, there's really no help here in the builder. That's kind of another downside, I think. For me, I want to be able to take a screenshot, send it to somebody, and say, "Hey, this button ain't working." And I like to not have to go anywhere to do that, but maybe I'm spoiled. I don't know. Anyway, so let's see. Very good. So all of your building blocks are apparently right here. Looks like they have a randomizer. Yes. Yes. Looks like they also have send SMS and send email. Let's just do celebrations for those. Because seriously, everyone, that that is a big, big deal. Let's see, what else do they have? Conditions, actions, starting a flow. So, I've yet to kind of wander through all of those. But looks like it's pretty full featured here. Preview, it's got to send an SMS in here. I actually just had put that in. Let me. Oh, it does have an editing canvas that comes up. You just have to tap on one of these things here. Aha. Okay, fantastic, darlings. So there's a lot here. Looks like a lot of the same stuff that a lot of the same stuff that ManyChat has. There's a GIF right here. Add GIF. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Oh, fabulous. So you can type in fabulous and get a GIF right there. Oh, do you know how many hours I have spent searching for the right GIF, downloading it in the proper way, putting it in my file and then putting it in ManyChat? You just don't even know how much that makes me happy. All right, very good. So this send SMS, it looks like I need to get rid of that to preview it, but here's some interesting stuff. Duplicate, rename, get step ID, publish link, set a starting step, preview. There's a lot of options as you hit these squares. There's a lot of options that come up that allow you to do some different things here. Okay, so fantastic, darlings. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Let's see here. Let's see something else. Just want to just kind of popping in here and seeing some things that I can do. Oh, very good. Okay. So I just popped into just a random text bubble, and it looks like emojis are right there for you. Yeah, that's kind of nice. Also, you can search for emojis. That's really nice too. Let's see. Rocket. Okay. Whew, that's superior. In my book, superior right there, that you can search for an emoji. Because, I at this point I kind of know which ones I want to use. That's pretty nice. Also, it had a little, as I tap in here, a little thing there. That is where you can put people's, let's see. Gosh, it wasn't very visible, was it? Let's do that again. Okay, not showing up now for some reason. Let's do this one instead. Okay, different words. Now, you can, it's kind of hard to see when you don't see my mouse, but there is something that comes up there and it allows you to put all kinds of, personalization type stuff in there. Oh my God. Cart total, cart subtotal. Whoa! This is really, really going to be good for e-commerce people. I am telling you, people with products. There's a couple people I am going to call after this show. Anyway, very good. So going to just going to the spot where, let's go back one here. Go to the spot where you have the flows. That's where we're at. And just play with these. Play with the welcome message. Let's pop into that here. You have to go edit it. One thing that I kind of like very much as a comparison to ManyChat is that when you get onto this screen, onto the big flow canvas, it's already in edit mode. Oh, I can't tell you how many times I've gone to ManyChat and I've tried to start editing, and I realized that I can't edit anything. And for a minute, I always wonder if the bot is offline, and then I go, oh, that's right. You have to push edit still. It's a pain in a sensitive area. Anyway, so here is here's kind of the welcome message that they start you off with. As you can see, it's not very it's just something to start with. It's a starter. It's not a whole thing, but this is great stuff. Love it. When you want to make a next step, you just drag and drop and okay, send message number 1. Standard message. Here's something that you can do as well. And this is oh gosh, okay. Decline. Why I do not disturb. I need to, excuse me, folks. I am going to go ahead and do not disturb myself. I don't know why that thing was off. Anyway, so sending message number 1, you can do I was on standard message. Facebook comment reply. This is something that this SilFer Bot does as well. That is not standard in ManyChat as of yet. ManyChat will do the, type in the word taco and you'll get my freebie for the day, and it'll subscribe people to your messenger bot and all that kind of stuff. When that was first out, that was like, oh my God, you could do that. Like people were just going insane over that, and it's fine. But Facebook now, they think of when you say, hey, say this in the comments, they think of it as engagement bait now, and they'll not downvote. That's something else, but they will demote your stuff if you have like, share, describe, or like, share, subscribe, or anything like that in the comments of your post, and they will actually do searching through video now to make sure you're not saying it. They will demote your post. So that being said, it's still a really cool way to get people into your bot and start connecting with them. And this one does something extra. So this one will actually, it's just, there's a lot more in it that you can do. Basically, when you set it up through ManyChat, you can kind of do a text response or whatever. This one, you can do a whole thing in there. You can lead people down a whole road. In the standard ManyChat stuff, you can give them a freebie. You can do certain things, but this one will actually do a whole lot more than you usually will bargain for in the ManyChat. It will also auto respond. You can set up several auto responses. In the ManyChat, you can set up one for a keyword. And then it will answer, and you can even set up to answer everybody who makes a comment, but everybody gets the same answer. What if you want to put more than one keyword in somewhere to get this Facebook comment feature going? And I've wanted that several times because I'll have my own freebie, but then I'll be promoting somebody on my show, like somebody that I interview, and I'll want them to type in their first name to get the freebie too. Well, now it's, you can't do that. Here, you can do that. You can set up auto responses for anybody who comments on anything, not just to Facebook Live. So this is worth checking out. Facebook comment reply, absolutely worth checking out, worth your time, and absolutely worth your investigation. Live chat, assume y'all know what that is. It's live and chat. So it is, it looks like there's not very much here, but that's when you get a human takeover of a chat, basically. Set up AI, super cool. Teach your bot how to reply to messages, uses training phrases. We've talked about that on the show before, using artificial intelligence to recognize the intent of a question. And that is a wonderful thing. So you've got frequently asked questions in here, adding your training phrases here. You can get that going on a page. If you're an agency, you can get that going on a page in a day. All right. You can have people start seeing something happening in a day, which is very important when you're an agency, because sometimes the other bots take a while. But I'm loving this. Can't wait to use it. Broadcasting, it's the same. You can set up a broadcast to everyone in your bot. You can set up a broadcast to just people with certain tags. You can set up a broadcast, same way that you normally do with ManyChat. I do want to check something here. New broadcast. Okay. So, promotional message. If it's a promotional, then of course it has to follow the Facebook rules. Only users who've interacted in the last 24 hours. So that's a thing there. We've got welcome message. We've got the default reply also that we saw in the flows section. You've got all of these bots that SilFer has already made that you can just use. When to send this message. This is very important. I am wanting to... Okay, awesome. Schedule for later in the user time zone. Yes, you do not want to be poking people at 4 a.m. Or maybe you do. That's your business. Anyway, and you can send them all simultaneously. If you have a challenge going on and most of the people are in the United States, then you can, send it simultaneously. But if you've got a worldwide audience, you're never going to want to do that, my friends. You do not want to annoy people. Targeting, and we've seen this before, very good. And then how will users be notified? Okay, good. We've got silence and we've got no notification, and then we've got standard. Pretty simple. I wanted to know if they had that, because for me, it's very, very important not to bother people outside of normal hours, and very important, especially if you have an international audience. So you can do all of the same things there. There also is a paid messages thing. I never do them, but you have to connect Facebook ads with this account in order to be able to use that. But that is something that you can, do there. Tools, lots of them. Holy moly, we're not going to go through all of these. But want you to go through these. There are a lot of cool things in here. Gosh, there's some things that ManyChat doesn't allow you to do. Use personas. You can send a message and use a different name and profile picture. than your Facebook page. That's kind of nice because a lot of people have themselves as their picture on their Facebook page, and their Facebook page is just their name. Well, their personal profile is exactly that too. And they don't know what they get confused. They get confused. Is this Jay actually writing me? Or is this just his page? And they're confused for a minute. So if you have those personas, you can manage that situation, which is really nice. You want to make everything dead easy and completely transparent for people. You just do. Very good. Import users. We saw that before. User persistent menu. Excellent. Creating templates. Stickers. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Teacher bot to reply to there's a whole lot in here. Okay, I can't go over all of them. I'll just go nuts. Newspaper, send content to your audience in a high engagement way. Get news sources. Get news source to increase your. I have no idea what that means. There's a lot. Subscribing to events and buying tickets. I'm gonna have to make a call after this. There's somebody that I know who's really interested in that as well. So very good. Many things under tools, people. I suggest you take an afternoon and go through that. Settings. Lots of settings in here, as you would expect. This is nice. You can create a bot in any language supported by Facebook. You'd have to go look that up because I don't know. E-commerce only has certain ones that they do. But gosh, I'm just loving this so much. Greeting, icebreaker, bot persistent menu, all of the things. So you can match your brand colors, pretty cool stuff. Here's your reconnect button. A lot of times we do have to, kind of do the reconnect button. Whenever Facebook makes a bunch of changes, we got to do that. Admins, of course, team members. That is very good. Email. Let's see what service providers they work with. See here. Looks like a lot of them. They're working with a lot of the kind of the free providers, it looks like here. It's not like Active Campaign or anything. I imagine that's over here on the integrations tab. So when they say email service provider here, they mean the free one. And then you've got to connect it to your email there. Integrations, Facebook ads, of course, Shopify, WooCommerce, PayPal, Stripe, Stripe, and Razorpay. You have to, you got to integrate those for ways for people to pay you if you're selling things through your bot. Googly Sheets, Dialogflow, that's adding Google's AI. Wit AI, also another AI you can add. I would say go ahead and check those things out before you just connect those, because there's a lot going on there. And for first timers, just go ahead and play with the AI that's in here right now before you add those two. Reason being, every time you connect with a different program and you bring it in from outside, you're going to have different rules for every one of those programs, and you do not want to screw up something that's working well. So play with the AI that's here already, see if it fits your needs. If it does, woohoo! If it doesn't, go ahead and check out Google Dialogflow and Wit AI and see if those can add some things that you don't have already, and add them one at a time. Do it one at a time, people. All right. Here we go. We've got SilFer and Zapier, amazing and wonderful. Also Integromat, a cheaper version of Zapier, but doesn't have as many apps sometimes. Twilio SMS, Connect. Twilio is the best, everybody. Twilio is the best. And you do have to have an account with Twilio. Gosh, that's super cheap. And it lets you top up as you go. So great stuff. ClickSend, SendGrid. Now, these are the major email providers. Let's see, we've got ClickSend, SendGrid, Mail the Chimp, you know it, ActiveCampaign, Drip, Automizing, SendFox, hey, that's mine, MooSend, Platformly, all of these things, right? Get Responses in here, whole lot. Now, Walletly is like a coupon card type of a thing. That's wonderful. Google Speech to Text. This integration lets your bot understand voice messages and process it like text messages. Hello. Listen, this is amazing. All right. I absolutely love it. Okay. Because you've got people out there that want to voice control things, or they, maybe you can make your site a whole lot more accessible and your bot more accessible by connecting Google Speech to Text. TrueMail is not a mail service. They're just going to make sure that the email that your people are giving you is not fake. Because lots of people do that, including me sometimes. Anyway, so it'll basically just validate your stuff. Customizations, translations, the great stuff. Unsubscribe. This is when people, they want to unsubscribe or resubscribe to your bot. There's a default message that is sent, but you can also change that and have it send a different message if you want to. I always, when people do the unsubscribe, I will always do you really want to unsubscribe? Because sometimes people will hit that button by mistake and they don't want to unsubscribe. So view shopping cart. There's a whole bunch of cart stuff here. Fantastic. And billing is the last one there. So view your invoices. Now, again, this SilFer Bot thing, if you go onto AppSumo and subscribe through them, it's free for a year. And then you got, free templates. This is kind of the stuff that we saw before, free templates and free flows. They're all free at this point. And very good stuff. Let's see if these flows are all free. They are. Very good. So, all in all, I wasn't able to go through everything there because there's not enough time. This bad boy showed up pretty darn full featured right out the gate. I don't mind that at all. I think that that's cool stuff. And I'm also, in my reading, what I noticed was that a lot of people are saying that they turn out features quickly. Turning out features quickly is good, but always have a grain of salt in there, because if they turn it out quickly, it might not be very good. You know what I'm saying? It may be not very well tested. Some companies do that really well. Some companies do it really poorly, like Microsoft. Anyway, so they do turn out stuff pretty quick. I don't know what their customer service is like, but I read the reviews on AppSumo, and then I also went elsewhere on the web. I read the reviews, and they seem like they have awesome customer service. Now, many of you know, hey, Cheryl, would love to connect with you again too. Good to see you. My comments are over on the other screen. That's just how I have to do this, but I just saw you there. So I went around and did some other things too. I want to show you an article. This Chatamize SilFer Bots review. This is a really good review. So just so you know, just Google SilFer Bots review Chatamize and you'll get to it. But it's a really good review. It kind of goes through everything for you. And I recommend that. In fact, I'm probably going to do some more chatbot reviews. I'm probably going to, sneak into that section and see what they have to say about some others. But this is a good review. If you want some extra reading today, then I can, let's see, copy and paste that into the comments for you. Some destinations this is going to don't get the comments, but anyway, hopefully that will help. God, that is a long URL, people. What if I just did SilFer Bots reviews? Hold on. I'm going to give you a different link because that one was so big. Anyway, here is everything that they do. Active Chat, Bot Nation, Bot Star. I've got that one. I haven't loved it. Chat Fuel, did that one a long time ago. Did not love it. Chatmatic, I've heard a lot about that one. Engadi, do not try. Landbot, very nice. I use that for some stuff. Got chatbot landing pages and all of that. ManyChat, we all know about that one. Let's see. Lots on here. Here's the SilFer Bot. Okay, here's a much better link, people. Sometimes those links just get away from you, but there you go. That is a much better link to click. Go ahead if you want some extra reading today, click that. Also, just want to let you know, tomorrow we're going to have the sign up ready for Skyrocket Your Engagement. Double your hot leads in 30 days. I am not kidding when I say that. It is 15 days away. We are going to have a live event. It's going to be from 10 o'clock Central until about 4 o'clock Central on the 16th of September. We're going to kill it all day because you know what? Let me get bigger for this because I want you to know for sure. We are going to have fun. We're going to have a ridiculous amount of fun during this whole thing. We're going to learn about engagement. We're going to learn how you can get engagement from your audience quickly. You don't have to have a full chatbot to do it. Chatbots are my main thing. You know that, but there are other ways that you can get people into your circle. Some of them cost money. Some of them don't. We're going to go over how important engagement is, different ways to do it. You're going to leave with an actionable strategy. Okay. You're going to leave with some plans and maybe some things done before you leave. Whole thing's free. Sign up is going to be available tomorrow. We're still working on the bot. This is the landing page. Bot's right here. So we're still working on that. And then, of course, we've got my little bio down there. But we're getting ready, people. And it's going to be a wonderful time. So want to thank you for joining me today. Want to say that I think that you're some of the coolest people in the whole world. Thanks for joining me for this SilFer Bot review. To me, this is totally a candidate. At least so far from what I've seen. Yeah, you know, the worst thing I saw was I tried to hit a couple of buttons and it just didn't take me anywhere. I assume they're going to be working those bugs out because they've got a ton of people signing up through AppSumo right now. So they're going to get people going, hey, this thing doesn't work a whole lot. Anyway, this is something that I am going to be experimenting with and potentially replacing ManyChat with. Now, a word of caution. They're going to be having their great big convention here really soon. ManyChat is, and they always do their big product releases during their convention. They save it up all year. So that by the time that thing's over, maybe ManyChat's going to have, you know, a few more things, maybe a few more of these things. But I'm here to review different things and tell you what's out there so that you can have a choice on what you have. And thanks for letting me be in your life today. You're awesome. And I'll see you in a bot.